Hi everyone, I'm Kalpesh, the director of AimRight Property Buyers Hub. In the previous video, we talked about equity. What is that and how can you use? In this video, we're talking about the other part of the property purchase. So equity was basically the difference between your purchase price and the current value. But that only makes up of 20% of a property purchase. If you're not able to borrow, then that 20% may not help as much. But let's say you are able to borrow because you're working full-time and you have the capacity to borrow. Now, before you go into that direction, I just want to give an example. Let's say you are not able to borrow. What could you do? So number one, you probably cannot do anything with that equity. And if you remember the example, 400,000 was the purchase and 500,000 the valuation, or 500,000 purchase, 600,000 valuation. As an example, that 100,000 you can maybe just leave in. If you don't really use it, it's not going to do anything for you. Okay, so but let's say you want to cash out, if your bank allows. One thing you can do probably would be cash out that 80%, 80,000, put into shares, or you can cash out and put into offset account, or you can do something else. But that cannot really make significant difference. But if you use the other part, which is 80%, that is the bank's money, what we call is leveraging bank's money. So the topic for today in this video is leverage. So if you are able to borrow and you borrow 80%, so say for example, you have 100,000 equity, you use 80% of that, and you borrow 200,000 or 200,000 from bank. Okay, so if you remember the previous example, we were talking about 300,000 in that case, and we use 25% of these 300,000, which is 75,000, which we can use from the equity and purchase a property of 300,000. Okay, now in that case, the loan amount will be 225,000, which is the leverage you have using bank's money. Now, if you buy the property in a regional area somewhere for 300,000, and let's say in 3 years' time, you did the right decision, you purchased at the right time, in the right location, in the right property you purchased, and let's say in 3 years' time it went up by 100,000. Okay, so the value of that 300 turned into 400,000. And let's say in the worst case scenario, for the short-term gain, you sell it off. Okay, just think this way. If you sell it off, you actually earn $100,000 by leveraging bank's money. But that is gross amount at the moment I'm referring to, not thinking about sales cost, marketing cost, anything like that. But as a general, you leverage bank's money. You got the loan and the equity, pretty much 105%, and you made $100,000 for paying nothing out of your pocket. You simply leverage bank's money. So thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you learned something from this video. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.